Good morning. Good evening, sorry. So we are starting this day. Shall we start? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Vivek Tetwilkar, the faculty of Rachana Sansad College of Applied Art and Craft, welcoming you all for this very yearly program of our 25th years of BFA degree celebration. So this 5 days faculty development program in the subject of adapting art and design education in the age of AI. So I'm warmly
Warm welcome to one and all present here today. We are honored to have such an overwhelming response from our teaching art and design teaching fraternity. So we welcome friends of the design education fraternity to today's FDP. Myself, Dr. Aditi Jha, in charge principal of Rachana Sansad College of Applied Art and Craft. We cordially welcome and all our participants to the 5 day faculty development program aimed at adapting art and design education in the age of AI. This year is a very, very important and a remarkable year for us as we are celebrating. Rachana Sansad College of Applied Art and Craft is celebrating its Silver Jubilee Year, the 25th year. So, marking the year, this is another feather to our cap uh, that we lay this platform open for discussion on this very important topic of technology induced design education. So, this FDP is aimed at enriching the academic and professional growth of educators in visual art and design education. The FDP is duly aligned with the academic advancement in art and design pedagogy. We are looking forward to strengthen the policy implementations along with the NEP 2020 and to promote interdisciplinary awareness and responsible AI integration into our pedagogy. Now, technology driven design is the trend of today, and we as design educators understand that we have uh, we have to use a lot of it, and we every day come across a lot of use of the technology into our design teaching. So, but again, we are perplexed whether to accept it as a boon or a challenge, or accept it to what extent. Through this FDP, we shall gain valuable insight into the evolving educational landscape encompassed with AI. And to enlighten us, we have invited a panel of stalwarts to share their views in their respective fields and ponder upon various aspects of AI and in design education. I'm sure after the 5 day long discussion, each one of us shall be better equipped to prepare students for the dynamic creative industries of tomorrow. So, looking forward to a very wholesome session. I lay the FDP platform open for our eminent speakers and guests. Thank you so much. Vivek sir, over to you.
Can everyone hear me? I think that shouldn't be the question, right? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So Vivek, shall I start? Can't hear you. You're mute. You're on mute.
Yes, start.
Okay, okay. Thank you. My name is Saurabh Karandikar. I come to all of you today as a technology enthusiast, ex-advertising person, because I spent about 16 years in advertising before switching to user experience design, which is my current field. And as of next year, this will kind of equal up my earlier career. So this will be my second career, and I will finish 16 years in the second one as well. Having been in these two, I have been very close to understanding people, understanding technology. And thanks to Rachana and other institutes, even JJ, Raheja, I have been also involved in teaching. So I kind of share a certain angst that all of you must be feeling with new technology. And in fact, I would like to talk about one small incident that will illustrate what I want to say to all of us as educators. So I teach user experience design, and it essentially involves designing applications, mobile apps, everything. And I've been teaching that for last 10 years at Miami Ad School. So this was about 6, 7 years back that I gave an exercise, which was essentially to understand user behavior. So there was a very small task, which is to take your mobile phone out and set an alarm for tomorrow 4 p.m. For coffee with Saurabh. That's it. And what I told them to do as how to understand user behavior is to list down everything that they do. That means taking the mobile phone out of your pocket is also a step. So they were supposed to write down all the steps till they reach the last result, which was finishing setting up the alarm for next day. Now, every year, students used to do that very diligently, taking their mobile phone out, making notes, and the steps used to go up to about 12, 13 in some cases, and they used to benefit from that exercise. A few years back, when I was giving the same exercise to someone, one guy just picked up his phone and said, "Hey Siri, set up an appointment for tomorrow," and the entire exercise was now taken out of the syllabus that I had set for them. Things change, and how we teach people also has to change. And that is what I realized, and therefore every year when I look at my deck that I have for those 10 sessions, I keep revising it. I keep changing it. I keep changing the exercises. I keep changing the examples that I give. And it's now it has reached a level where I have to completely revamp it because of AI. Now, all of us have faced this. So today, this opportunity that Rachana has given me, I would like to take you through a little bit of history of AI. I know that everybody here is well versed with it. You can't miss it. Everywhere you go, you will find somebody or the other talking about AI and talking about the evolution of AI, etc. The reason that I am taking you through the history of artificial intelligence today is that I want to unburden rest of the speakers who are going to talk to you from tomorrow onwards. I want to take that technology discussion away so that it happens today and we don't reiterate the events in technology. So we can then talk about what matters to us, which is about changing the pedagogy, changing the nature of our interaction with students. Just keeping that in mind, I don't want to trample on the toes of the speakers from tomorrow onwards. So I'm going to limit my discussion to certain points, and they will be apparent to you very soon. So I'm going to share my screen. Just give me 1 second, and I'm going to start my presentation. Just hoping that it plays very well. I hope this is visible. Just a thumbs up will suffice to say whether you can see my screen now, and I'll continue. Is that fine, Vivek? Okay, thanks. So, every presentation, a good presentation, begins with a story. So, I'm going to tell you a story. If you have heard it, just keep it to yourself as a good friend. If you have not heard about this story, then it will be, I'm sure, interesting for you. The story is, of course, about the great Albert Einstein. And it was said that when he propounded the theory for relativity, he was asked by many universities and institutions to come and speak over there. Now the thing is that he had to travel from one place to another, and he had a driver who always used to take Einstein from one place to another. Einstein used to give the lecture. The driver used to just hang around waiting for the sir to stop and then take him away from that place. Now this kind of happened for 20, 30 times, and they were on their way to another university, and the driver turned around and said, "Can I ask you one question?" So Einstein said, "Yeah, fine. What is it?" So the driver said, "Don't you get tired of saying the same thing again and again?" So Einstein said, what do you mean by that? So the driver said that every time you speak, I am anyway in the audience. I am listening to you. And you go on about this thing called relativity. And seriously, after so long, I have memorized whatever you say. Okay. I know exactly word by word what you say. And that's it. I mean, I'm sure that you are really fed up of that. Einstein came up with an idea. Of course, it's Einstein. He will come up with an idea. So he said that, you know what, the institute that we are going to now, they haven't seen me. So why don't we do one thing? You give the lecture. Let's see whether you are really worth the sort that you're talking about. Go and give the lecture. I'll so somewhere in between they stopped the car. Einstein got down, got into the driver's seat. Driver went back, and they drove to the institution. So this driver got up. Everybody was cheering and all that. The driver stood up on the podium and delivered a perfect lecture. Now he knew everything that Einstein could say, so he said everything. And after the lecture was over, everybody clapped, and he was ready to leave. And they stopped him. They said that wait, there are Q&A session is still there. There is question answers. So he said that I don't have time. I mean, I have to go somewhere. Why don't you just send me the questions and I'll answer later? So he said, no, I just have one question. And one of them stood up and gave a question which was really, really complex about the theory of relativity. And he did not know what to do, what to answer. So he suddenly got angry. He, gestured saying that, what sort of institute is this? What sort of question is this? This is so ridiculous. Even my driver can answer. Hey, come here and answer this question. And of course, Einstein went up and answered the question over there. Now, in this story, of course, it is God only knows how true this story is. But in this driver is our artificial intelligence right now, trying to prove to others that I can do everything. And we are Einsteins, and it kind of falls upon us to know whose place is where. So AI is there to serve us, but now it is doing more and more. Agency, as the word goes, which is the ability to do something. Now, we live in not just AI, but in agentic AI world. We will come to that definition. But agentic AI is something which is you have given all your desire to take any action over to AI, and AI is performing those actions. So I hope in that entire thing we don't forget that we are the Einsteins and not the driver. Right. So, with this out of the way, let's look at history of how artificial intelligence has come about. But more than that, what artificial intelligence really is. So, this is not something new. We are acting as if last few years AI has taken over. It's not that. Artificial intelligence has a word which was coined by John McCarthy in 1956. And the objective of that was to say that what is artificial intelligence is that illusion of human like intelligence. They were not saying that the machine will be as intelligent as human being, but they were saying that there should be an illusion. The machine should appear to be as intelligent as a human being. But the desire goes back a few centuries. 1880, we had Mary Shelley writing Frankenstein. It was the desire to make something which is inanimate animate, something which is lifeless, full of life. And it continued. 1921, there was a play called Rossum's Universal Robots, where robots were there and they were acting on behalf of human beings. Of course, they were actors. Isaac Asimov, the great writer who wrote down a lot of novels which had to do with robots, and he also laid down the three laws of robotics, which is to do with how the robot should always serve the human beings and not the other way around. Uh, but all the movies that we have seen since then, 1968, Space Odyssey, even the one called Moon, we have seen all those movies which are portraying artificial intelligence as something which is as a villain. So essentially, somebody who wants to take on the world. And in Westward series, which was there on, I think, Hotstar in 2016, the original story was, of course, by Michael Crichton. And that story also has a villain called Rehoboam, which is essentially an artificial intelligent computer. So all this was fiction. And fiction turns out to be reality. We have seen that many times, that science fiction becomes science reality. Uh, in 1925, in New York, they actually had the first autonomous car. It was called American Wonder, and it used to roam the streets of New York without a driver inside. And people used to get really frightened of that, saying, "Oh, wow, how does this car move?" But it was all a farce. There was a driver who was sitting in another car and remotely controlling this car. In today's age, of course, we will laugh at this thing, as you know, even children do the same thing with small cars. But there was a desire that the car should go by itself. And today it is true that we have driverless cars which are taking advantage of technology and driving people from point A to point B. We can say that safely, that we all owe our life to artificial intelligence. Pfizer's drug, which was there for the vaccine, which was developed for COVID, it was the fastest vaccine that somebody came up with, and that was thanks to artificial intelligence systems which were working for the doctors. But having said this, there is something called the AI effect, and this is something that we need to know, because soon what we say our AI systems will no longer be called that. Uh, the AI effect essentially says that whatever is magical, whatever is unexpected, people call that AI. And whatever else is being every day, it's there, they just call it programming. It's just if then else. It's just lines of codes which are doing stuff. Actually, all of artificial intelligence is doing the same thing. But the moment it starts surprising you, you start calling it AI. In 1970, we had the first artificial intelligence system which was in everybody's hands. And nobody said anything about it as artificial intelligence. Why? Because it was doing exactly what a human being was supposed to do. But even today, when we have calculators which are far more superior than what they had in 1970, there are conversion calculators, scientific calculators, all built into one. And there are also calculation possibilities which go beyond this. It also saves all the calculations that you had done in the past, and you can go back to them and you can continue. But nobody is impressed with this. Nobody is calling it artificial intelligence, because now it has become it fell prey to AI effect. In 1920, if you saw a Ford factory, people were sitting and making the car with their own hands. Even by 1980, before we were calling it artificial intelligence, Ford Motor Company had started already getting mechanical arms doing the stuff and making cars instead of people. Now, when we look at robotic arms, when we look at somebody who's using that, do we call it AI? We don't call it AI. So let us understand what AI really is and how to define it. And there is a better way of doing that, which is to say human has an ability and machine tends to do that. Therefore, machine is AI. Okay. So human ability, such as searching for something, we do all these things, right? We deduce from whatever evidence that we have. We look at certain facts and decide whether this is going to be the result of whatever exists. We also see, we have vision, we hear, we speak, we learn from experiences, and we understand our surrounding environment and act according to that environment. If we are walking down the road, we look left and right before crossing the road. We do everything which is what our environment demands. If we are teachers, when we talk, we project our voice so that everybody can hear us. If we are students, then we do different things. If we are clerical staff, we do different things. We respond to our environment, and we respond to changing environment also. We may be teachers in the class, but in school, out of school, out of institution, we are just a human being. We are a traveler, we are husband, we are wife, we are children to someone, we are connected to someone in some sense. And we create, of course, and that is what we are going to, of course, discuss more today. And we reproduce, and these are the things which are all human abilities. Now let's see how much of this is being done by artificial intelligence. So now let's take search, for example. Again, this is something that we have stopped calling AI at all. Google search, right? We deduce, Google also deduces what you are going to say, and that is what ChatGPT is all about. You give one word and it comes up with another word. Uh, See, of course, we see there are, there is an ability for the computers to see the surroundings. I'll give you an example. In Amazon's fulfillment centers, there have a lot of boxes and they have to go inside big trucks. Now, the way you stack the boxes according to where the truck is going and what is the size of the box and etc. That will decide how many trucks you require to fill all the boxes. Now, today, thanks to computer vision, how the truck should be filled with these boxes is already predetermined. That means that the order in which the conveyor belt takes the boxes to the guy who's putting it in is also decided by artificial intelligence system. So what they make sure is that most number of boxes get inside the truck and therefore less fuel is used before the boxes are delivered to their destination. This is computer vision. But it is not something new. In 1967, deep learning was first propounded. Now, if you see how to recognize certain images in 1967, then you will ask the question, why have you waited till 2020s to finally have the ability that ChatGPT and everybody else has? Why? Because computer power wasn't there, the networks were not connected by internet, and the equipments were not available as much as they are today. There was no Nvidia, there was no Google, there was nothing. So therefore all these theories remained back then, and they did not grow till 2012. AlexNet was a winner of a competition which was about they used to take a kind of yearly competition about who can recognize objects, whose system can recognize the object. And this was when Jeffrey Hinton and others put together this algorithm called AlexNet, which could do this very quickly, because what they did was revolutionary. They made the computer think exactly in the same fashion as a neural network does, which is several layers of understanding. This is the same thing which was there in 1967, but they did in a year where there were lots of things available. We were on social media. We were uploading our images by the truckloads every day. There was computing power. There was network. Therefore, all this happened. And this was the point from which artificial intelligence really started taking off. Hear and speak. I don't need to say this all, but this is already available to us in Siri. Learning from experience. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We have always seen bad translations, and a country which has more than 100 languages, definitely this is going to happen. You try translating something from English to Marathi, and you have extremely funny results which are there. But the thing is that we laugh at those results. We put that result onto social media and say, haha, this is where they went wrong. That's training data that again is taken by the same systems and figured out that, oh, this is one mistake that happened, it will not happen again. So I'll give you one example of this. uh, Encyclopedia Britannica and Wikipedia, they have a war going on, of course. And when Wikipedia became famous, Encyclopedia Britannica said that, you know what, this is bullshit. This encyclopedia is no good. We have good editors. So what they did was they took one scientific fact that they had to find out through an encyclopedia. So they gave the same search term to Wikipedia team, and they also did the same thing. So there was a very complex scientific inquiry that they came up with, and the answer which was received by Wikipedia team and the answer which was received by Encyclopedia Britannica team, both answers were given to scientists to check who had made any mistakes. So scientists came back and said that Encyclopedia Britannica made 7 mistakes, and Wikipedia had made around 31 mistakes. And Encyclopedia Britannica were overjoyed. They went to the press and they took a press conference and said that, you know what, see this, see how stupid this is. Wikipedia has 31 problems in that one single query. What are you talking about, this taking us over? So the next day, Wikipedia took a press conference and said that, yeah, we accept the defeat, that Encyclopedia Britannica has only 7 errors, where we had made 31 errors. But we would like to tell you that all those 31 errors are fixed. Encyclopedia Britannica will take about 1 year and one edition for them to change whatever had gone wrong in their answer. So these are systems which learn by themselves and they can be corrected very, very quickly. Wikipedia was at least fixed by human beings. Now we have systems which don't even wait for human beings to wake up in the morning and then do that. They do it by the time we are sleeping. It already happens. So if we were laughing at translation algorithms yesterday, we won't be doing that today. Now I'm going to show you one video which shows you the power of Gemini as to how powerful they are about recognizing certain images.
Testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it Yazi?
Yazi is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is a high, level tone.
Oh, okay.
The duck is in the middle of the ocean. There is no land nearby for the duck to rest or find food. It is unlikely to find ducks here naturally.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea. Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Clue 2. This country loves football and has won the most men's World Cups in football history. You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
Anyway, I can go on, but definitely you can see this online on YouTube, the way it goes. Let us talk about understanding surrounding environment and acting accordingly. We all do that. Let's see how artificial intelligence is doing it. There is a system in case of Amazon, where the order that you place on Amazon website may involve 3-4 items and which need to be packed together to send it to you. Now, the runners, as they are called, Amazon employees, earlier had to actually run to the place where those 3 things are kept in their warehouse. And they had to go and physically pick up those things and put them together, and that would take about, say, whatever time, say 20 minutes. Now, all the orders that are sent to a specific warehouse, where all these different things are there, are all fed to the artificial intelligence system, and it feeds that information to the robots. Now, in this case, the orange ones that you see, which are underneath those trays, they are robotic, vehicles. Essentially, what happens is all those trays, all those, the stacks which are there, they are movable. So the person who puts things together is in one place, and all these robots bring the stack to the person to be used. And once the packing worker has taken whatever is required, the stack goes back in the line. So all that saves those 20 minutes, and the packing time for your order now gets shrunk down to few minutes. Now this is what is a system which everybody must have stopped calling it artificial intelligence, but it is intelligent and it is trying to do human beings work, much like any Waymo car. Now, even this machine learning, as it is called, which is also 1959, the reason that I am saying all this is not because you do not know all this. Of course, you know, but I am trying to show you how far back in future, back in past, that these things are, and therefore the future is going to come very, very fast at us. uh, if you see the video now today, the way each movement on the road is captured as numbers and possibilities and probabilities, that is how autonomous car drives on the roads. Now this is something that happens by itself. Now nobody is sitting down and making those calculations. This is the power of algorithms, this is the power of computers, and this is something which we have stopped becoming really surprised about. But when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to robots assisting doctors in their surgeries, we take a little caution about how those things should happen. But most of the brain surgeries today happen with the help of such kind of robotic arms which are helping the doctors take certain decisions. Now, the decision making capacity, this is where we are slowly coming to, which is who takes the decision. The decision is still taken by the doctors to perform the operations, but there are certain procedures which are so everyday that they are given to the automated systems, and not to the doctors. I'm going to show you two films which are about robots, which kind of help you in your daily activities. This is where we are reaching now. Most probably, when I become old, I don't think my kids are going to be there to care for me. Most probably, they will give me in the hands of one of those robots. These robots. So this was in 2024. So a little old.
Hey, figure one, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great. Can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
Great. So, based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
The dishes on the table, like that plate and cup, are likely to go into the drying rack next.
Great. Can you put them there?
Of course.
So this was in 2024. Now I'm going to show you the next version of it, which of course is in a demo kind of video that they have made. So we are going to skip. It's a long video. I'm just going to show you where the possibilities of that robot have reached now. Because earlier it was the robot was standing behind a desk, and frankly it did not have any legs or anything. So they have obviously improved. Now this is the third version of the same. And just moving forward, because all this is very slow motion marketing video, but just wanted to show you the possibilities that now have opened up for such kind of robots to assist us at home. Even here, the robot, the vision which is there is also calculating everything in digits, and they are translating it into movements. Anyway. So I'm jumping ahead of create just to reproduce so that we complete the list and come back to what matters to us, which is create. Reproduce, if humans can reproduce, therefore artificial intelligence, can the system is reproduce? And the answer is somewhat yes. There have been instances of artificial intelligence systems writing themselves or writing the code and generating a new version of themselves. There have been programs which are assisting coders in checking the code. And therefore, they can also obviously write the code with certain goals which are given to that system, saying that the next version of you should be slightly better than what you are in certain areas, and the artificial intelligence system is responding to that particular query. Now let's come to create. Uh, this is something which forces us to ask a different kind of questions. We are into visual creativity. We are teaching students design. We are teaching them applied art. We are also teaching them fine art in certain cases. The goals are different, and we are teaching them to come up with solutions which nobody had thought about, or ideas that nobody had thought about before. So let us see what creativity really is. And if you can classify creativity into things that can be computed in a way, that can be put down in numbers. So there are three types of creativity according to Margaret Borden. She is a cognitive scientist. She's also expert in AI, psychology, physiology, as well as she's a philosopher also. Now she has put down these three types of creativity. I'm sorry. The first one is exploratory creativity, and this is what happens in every field, which is to say that let us look at the boundaries of knowledge, boundaries of ideas, or boundaries of possibilities in something, say music, for instance, or of course, in our case, visual art, and try to push the boundary a little further. So when you do that, that creativity is essentially pushing the boundaries, and therefore it is called exploratory creativity. The second type of creativity is combination creativity, and everybody who works in advertising today will agree with me that this is what we do day in and day out. We are mirror to society as advertising people. And what we do is we look at society, we pick up from there, and we combine two things together which were not previously seen together. And that is what creates the surprise which is required to get attention from our customers and consumers. Now, that kind of combination creativity does not only exist in advertising. That's unfair to say. Everywhere it happens. Remixes is a possibility. Assemblage art is possibility. So there are all those combination creativity is also the other type which is very prevalent. The third type, and this is where it gets a little tricky, the third type is called transformational creativity. These are the ones where the creative product, the creative output is not conforming to any known boundaries, or it does not conform to any kind of combinations which are not seen earlier, where it just breaks all the rules and goes somewhere else. And this is something that we see in music a lot. But this is something that unheard of, or this is not how things are supposed to be, but they are. Now, if you ask me specific examples of all three, perhaps I will take some time to come up with them. But these are the three areas. I'm more surprised by the next statement that Margaret Borden did, which is to say that out of these, 95% of human creativity is only about exploratory and combinatory creativity, only about exploration of what is possible, and pushing boundaries and combining two concepts together to get a third concept. And this is 95% of creativity. And that 5% is the genius. 5% is something that nobody ever thought that you could come up with. And that is the creativity which is right now, mathematically speaking, is at least as of right now with current technology, not possible. Now, this is something which may change, but this is where we are as of right now. So if you look at all these, we can teach somebody exploratory creativity and combination creativity. I don't know how to teach transformational, but let the people have the freedom to break boundaries, have the freedom to go somewhere else tangentially. And that is what we as teachers do at times, that we take people and we take them through what is 99 times when you stick to a rule, you get nice things. But that 1.1% of your results depend upon you taking chances. And that is something that AI, as of right now, cannot do because of certain limitations that AI have, which we will discuss in some time. But as of right now, what kind of combinations are happening? Lata Mangeshkar's voice has been sampled. Rafi Saab's voice has been sampled, and there are new songs which are written by new composers are being sung in their voice. And of course, all these are just experiments. There was a court case which was, not taking the voice of a singer and making samples out of it without the singer's consent. And that is something that we saw, and I don't know what has happened to the result of that lawsuit anyway for Arijit. Uh, we of course concern ourselves with visual creativity, and when it comes to visual creativity, we all have been doing it. Now today itself I took this screenshot of open art, which is also part of OpenAI, and they're asking me a question here: what would you like to create today? Now if you really see the list which goes on: music video, explainer video, character vlog, ASMR video, even that is something that they're ready to give it to me and just waiting for my prompts. And even if I prompt in simple English, they will help me with that prompt to make certain things better. But you must have seen something everywhere in all these tools, is that they always give you options to choose from. My question is, who's choosing? And on what parameters are we choosing? So there is a difference between what an art student will pick up, and there is something that a non-art person will pick up. And they can always make it better. They can always use all the filters. In this case, this is Firefly, Adobe's Firefly. But there is an agency which is also given to the human being to be part of the creation, which is a co-creation. The AI in case of DALI also is not taking over what's right. They are asking us, what do you think is right? What would you like to go ahead with? And then they will take one out of that and make again four combinations to give you four different results that you can choose from. So what are the limitations? Now, this is a list of limitations that I haven't come up with. This is what IBM's scientists have come up with. These are the limitations that we see. There is something that we can pick up from here for our discussion today. Will AI achieve general intelligence? Now, right now, the AI that we have is very narrow AI. That means it is trying to solve one problem, right? So if you have an AI which is translating for you, that is not the same AI which is booking tickets for you on, say, Go Ibibo or somewhere. Those are two different ones. The second one is agentic AI. The first one is just doing one job for you. When will the day come where there will be one singular artificial intelligence which will do everything for you? That is one question that scientists are asking. And as of right now, we are somewhere very close, but we are not there yet. Superior intelligence, ASI. Artificial general intelligence, superior intelligence, they are kind of people make mistake about that. Superior intelligence is the one that belongs to science fiction as of right now. They are the ones who are superior to us, and they want to take over the world, and that is just not the goal that we have given artificial intelligence at all. So it's not going to happen as of right now, at least. Power efficiency. Now, this is a big question right now. Your query that you're giving in your chat GPT, is taking the same electricity that is required to run few houses for few days. Now, this is the reason why OpenAI, SoftBank, and Microsoft, if I'm not wrong, they got together to restart the nuclear reactors which are broken down in America. They want to restart those nuclear reactors because otherwise they're asking the question, where do we get the power from? The data centers require so much power today that it is not going to be sustainable for you to continuously run large language models every single second of the day. Now, this is another problem that they're trying to solve. There are various other ways. Like, for instance, China came up with DeepSeek, which used less amount of compute in order to give you better results. OpenAI's GPT 4.0 started giving you answers after some time. You must have seen that robot taking some time to process certain information. That time is actually adding to the efficiency, the power efficiency of the entire system. But when will it exactly happen? We don't know. Right now, they're sucking power like mad. Will it really understand? And what is understanding? These are kind of questions for philosophy rather than science. But will they be able to understand something? Will AI be able to provide judgment on something? Will AI say that, this design is better than this design, or this font choice is better than this font choice? Will they be able to ever say that? Will that system be able to? Algorithmically, it's not possible as of right now. You may give certain parameters saying that I'm looking for a serif font, and therefore the results which are given to you may be divided into. But otherwise, I don't know. Common sense, definitely. Now, there is a problem with this particular statement. Common sense. What is common sense is something which is not very easy to answer. One of my clients in one of our arguments said that, and it stuck with me. He said that, Saurabh, your common sense and my common sense are not common. What he was trying to say is that what is right for you is not right for me. And therefore, to arrive at a common sensical solution in a given set of people is, as of right now, theoretically possible because everything is a number, but as of right now, not being done. And macro goals. This is something which has been the driving force of all of us. See, some of us wanted to be teachers, right? Most of us. I wanted to be a creative director. Once I said in advertising, I want to be a creative director. Now I'm saying different things because of my career in user experience. I want to make technology easy for people to understand. Now that is my macro goal. It's not small. I'm just saying that, okay, today I want to attend this call, but on a larger scale, I want to be a teacher that students come to know about technology. That's my larger goal. Now, larger goals are right now not a possibility for artificial intelligence. Self-awareness, again, this goes into the realm of philosophy. What is being aware? And sensation, emotions. Would they ever have emotions? Now, the reason for me to take this from IBM's video and just putting together for you to see was that there is a classification in this itself that I found out. If you really see the first three, they are to do with efficiency, they are to do with computation, they are to do with processing of data, they are to do with doing different tasks at the same time. And the bottom two, which are totally philosophical, and let's not even go there because this is science fiction and we don't even know what a self-aware robot is going to do tomorrow. But if you see the four, which are understanding, judgment, common sense, macro goals. Macro goals also fall in something that we can do in design education. Today, what we can do is we can talk to the students and give them a sense of what they should achieve, what are the benchmarks in our industry. We have to introduce them to concepts and routes that they can take after their design education is over. We can help them understand. You can help them judge between two things. You can tell them what is common sense in certain kind of markets. You can give them parameters. You are exactly doing what anybody is doing with chat gpt by giving them various kinds of prompts, inputs. You do the same thing. Consider your students also to be like chat gpt and they come up with certain answers because you have given certain inputs. But you also know which student to push, which student to take easy with, which student can excel, which student can do very well, but not really be the shining star. We know them. And the shining stars are the ones that you don't help. You help the people who are struggling in the class. Now, all those kind of judgments also are the ones that teachers are going through. And that is something that we can do in design education, according to me. So I'm just trying to put together a map for you to understand that these are the things that really are our concern out of artificial intelligence inability to do certain things as of right now. So this the thing that I wanted to talk about as of right now, what happened was I was recently called to Marathi Sahitya Sammelan in Delhi, and I was asked to convene a group which was talking about artificial intelligence and literature and creativity. And there I found that lots of people were just saying that it is not possible to artificial intelligence to do XYZ. And I would like to submit today that, and even there I said that I come from advertising and I have a weapon for you which is called an asterisk. An asterisk says that conditions apply. And whatever you are saying today may be true that it's not happening, but it doesn't give you the guarantee that it will not happen tomorrow. So we have to take our heads out of the sand and accept the way future is coming at us. What are the dangers? Now, this is something that I'm going to not talk too much about. Artificial intelligence has been equated with nuclear power. You must have gone through those debates. Essentially, it is to say that we are losing something to artificial intelligence, but what is it? So, you know that when there were rotary phones, you could remember 30 contacts. I could remember 30 phone numbers, and I'm sure that all of us at some point or the other have taken down that number of how many phone numbers did you remember with people's names. Today, our lists go beyond thousands. It's just not possible for us to remember all 1,000 numbers. But what has happened as a result that we have lost the ability to even remember 10 numbers. Today, I remember perhaps four numbers maximum. That also if I push myself. And those are typically the phone numbers of our family members. So what has happened? I have reduced the mental capability that I have. I have lost it essentially. So a company like Uber, I'm not sure which company, so I'm saying this like this. Company like Uber took a survey of people who were driving their cars, and they said that there was one set of drivers, and they said that please use Google Maps, even if you know the road, just use Google Maps for one month. And they asked the other set to say you will not use Google Maps. You will use your head to go wherever you are going. You will not look at the directions on your phone after for 1 month. So after 1 month was done, both those people were subjected to EEG, which is electroencephalographic test, which is taken to figure out the brainwave patterns. And when they underwent the test, they figured out that people who were not looking at maps, their brain was more active in general. And people who were forced to use maps everywhere, even if they knew the road, they were supposed to use the map for 1 month. After 1 month, their EEG showed that certain amount of brain activity had reduced. Now, this is not conclusive because of several technical reasons, but it at least shows us that using automated systems has an effect on us as human beings. Now, there are certain things that even electricity is made possible. Right now, I don't know how to start a fire, or I know theoretically, but if you really let me out with, say, few stones and pieces of wood, I don't think I'll be able to start a fire. But I know how to start my gas stove, and I know how to start a microwave oven to reheat my coffee. So I have already lost certain ability, even ability to sustain. If I want to start walking from my house to Rachana Sansad, I don't think I can make that in the given time. Why? We have lost it. We have lost jobs. And we have seen that during COVID, Amazon had taken thousands of people and they have laid them off today. Today, as in the recent past, many companies are following suit. Why? Because you are not required. That's what they will say. Because we have automated systems which are doing the job for us. But there is no going back. Milton Friedman, one of the renowned economists, in 1960 was taken to Asia as a part of study where they were building roads. And when they were building roads, Mr. Friedman went there and said that they were all using shovels. They were all doing it by hand. And he said that, but where are the bulldozers? Where are the tractors? And those things were available in 1960. So where are those machines? And the supervisor came to him and said, shh, don't talk about that. So he said, why? So he said that this is a jobs program. The idea there was to give more and more jobs to people. So Mr. Friedman just got exasperated and said that if that is so, why are you giving them shovels? Give them spoons. Then they will work for longer time. There is no going back when you have automation and when you have already excelled to the next level of something. For some of us, we may remember that we did artworks by hand. You remember that we used to actually order phototype setting and cut it with blade and put it together in artwork with a rubber solution, and we used to send that for scanning to Comart or something like that. Now, if I say this to people, they're first not going to understand what it is. I tried it in Rediffusion YNR once. We had finished our work and we were sitting in the evening and talking about it. And we said that, this is how we used to do. A comma had to be stuck with Fevicol because otherwise it will fly away before scanning. And we had to put white paint around it. And all that was unheard of. There is no going back to the days of cutting pasting. I'm sure I can't find rubber solution, the diluted rubber solution today, I'm sure. Another experiment that I wanted to tell you about, this happened in 2013. And this was done by, if I'm not wrong, McCann Erickson in England, UK. What they did was the layout of a poster that they made. It was a fake product anyway, but they made the poster and they gauged how many people were looking at it, what they were looking at, what they were getting interested in, and they kept changing the layout because of that system. So I have a small video to show you how they did that.
Over time, machines have taken over more and more jobs in every industry. So we thought, what about advertising? Can we create an advert that writes itself? And could we, by only using technology, create the most attention-grabbing ad in the world? So we invented the artificially intelligent poster. Poster that evolves new and unique ads based on how much attention they attract. Based on a genetic algorithm, the ads evolve similar to an organism in nature, survival of the fittest. Every time an organism reproduces, a small number of genes mutate or change at random. If the new genes create an advantage for the offspring, they're more likely to reproduce. If not, they're less likely to. The artificially intelligent poster's algorithm works in the same way. Each ad is made up of genes: copy, layout, fonts, colors, and images. The ads that get more attention are more likely to reproduce with each other, creating a new generation of ads with better performing genes. As a small amount of those genes will mutate at random, the next generation has a chance to improve, and so on. To put this idea to the test, we first needed something to advertise. So we created the most neutral and boring brand we could think of, an instant coffee called behaviour. Poster is out on the streets now. As time passes, the experiment will show us whether pure technology can create attention-grabbing ads. Stay tuned.
So today it is possible to gauge the responses. Essentially, there can be webcams which can be placed over here to figure out if the pupil dilation is happening. Our pupils dilate when you look at something and you like it. So if there are two fonts that are shown to you, and if there is a mechanism by which your pupil dilation is measured, what you say doesn't matter. You will have a physiological response to something that you like. So what they did was they took the same kind of responses from people. So it was survival of the fittest. So if there was one kind of type style, one kind of product shot, one kind of background which scored over other people, other iterations, then those iterations went ahead. Where was the art director? Where was the creative director? Apart from creating those first 50, 60 posters, what did they do? Nothing almost. And that, when I saw it, this was in 2013 Cannes or 14, and that scared me back then. I said that if that is so, then my ability to take a decision is being taken away. So what remains with me then? Today, Netflix is doing it, but in a different way. What they do is they have those cards, right? So wherever you scroll down, you see different cards. So Stranger Things was a show, and if you see, there are all these cards are essentially of the same show. But there are some cards which get more score because somebody clicks on that. And that is how they figure out that if there is some kind of layout which has bigger typography or people's faces, then that has better chance of people clicking on it. Then those become the winners for you. Not only that, there are different kinds, like Riverdale is a show which has romance, which has thrill in it, but romantic kind of poster and thriller kind of poster will give you a score that can be actually mapped to the location of where people are clicking it on. So there are algorithms which can be set to tell you that there are certain things which are more fit and therefore they should survive. Where is the creative director in this? Where is the art director in this? And this is what scares me at times. Who's sitting at the helm and making the decision? If you are giving the decision making to marketing team and product team, then you are in a difficult spot when it comes to visual creativity. Having said all this, there are opportunities that we have, and that is where I would like to take this finally. We have all these things that the artificial intelligence cannot do. There is one which is macro goals, which is about larger goals that you have. If you have a larger goal and if you teach that to the students, they will become a better they will become better professionals because they will be augmented. The word is augmented. That means you add artificial intelligence to yourself and you will become an augmented professional tomorrow. So we have been teaching applied art, but if you really see the division of time that we spend while we teach, we spend more time on art and less time on applying of that artistic skill. I think today is a time where we can perhaps realize whether we can do it in our pedagogy itself, whether we can spend more time on application of art rather than the artistic skills themselves. Because if it comes to skills, there are systems which are already doing it for you. Why do you need to teach someone in that? Now, this is something which is not up to me to decide and up to individuals to decide, but collectively we should take that call, and perhaps after these 5 days you all will be able to do that. I'm just saying that application of artistic skills, at least I'm not talking about fine art, but other realm of design, definitely it works. That you have to think about that. So what we teach in my mind is we teach why are you doing something rather than just how. We have to be and not just or. We can't not do what we are doing right now, but we have to augment it. We have to add certain kind of learnings in the classroom itself. So I have just few humble recommendations of what we can add, and it is up to us to collectively discuss them and decide what direction we take. But we need to include certain things going forward in my mind. The first thing that we need to include, of course, is technology, because that is what everything depends upon. Doesn't mean that you have to become a programmer. So I am a user experience designer, and in last 16 years, I must have perhaps created 14 products, which are B2B and B2C. Those products, while I created them, I designed them. I can't write a single page of code, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I can't write, although I understand what HTML, CSS, and JavaScript does. What we need to understand today is what will DALI do? What will Gemini do? What will Sora do in creation of videos, and how does it do that? That's all I need to know when it comes to technology. But I have to be aware. So that awareness is something that we can teach. Psychology. Why are we doing it again? We are doing it to appeal to human beings. So how do people think? How do people respond to certain design elements? How do just all principles we all know, but how purchasing behavior happens, how social behavior happens, all those things we need to teach our students. Business, of course, because finally we are in a capitalist society. At least we are working towards profit. So we have to know the masters that we are trying to serve. And economics. How does the word function? If you ask an artist, do you know how you are going to get your painting to be liked by millions? The mechanisms should not dawn upon that person after the education is done. It should be part of the preparatory education that we have in art and design. And the last thing that we have to teach is ethics. We have to be right, because finally we are talking to human civilization and not civilization of machines. So we don't serve the machines, machines serve us. But for that to be ingrained on students, I think formative years are very important for them to get the message, and they will listen to you. And therefore you have the responsibility of talking about it. So that's all I have for today. I'm sorry if it has become technical. That was not my intention. But if you ask me, do we have the answers? No. But I am looking at these 5 days and the interactions that you will have with the panelists, for me to also know what possibly we can look at future, and what the future will be of our education when it comes to design. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Uh, Thank you, Saurabh sir. So we will have a question answer. So participant,
Sure.
if you have any questions or doubt, please ask. We are unmuting yours, all of you. So just unmute yourself and ask your questions. Yeah.
Yes, please. In chat, there were some messages that I missed because I was talking. I'm just looking at the chat messages as of right now.
Sir, can I uh, respond to? Actually, I am Mahendra Damle.
Hello.
I do teach fine arts, but I
Okay.
am very much interested in uh, user experience design, because I feel what artists also do is the same, that he is
Yes.
designing an experience in the form of artwork, which viewer is supposed to get. Now, how earlier they used to get, and how now people think about getting it is different. But I
Hmm.
feel that when I think about the function of
Hmm.
fine art, also, I feel it has to be very defined, like a product. Uh,
Right.
though, of course, means my this view might not be appreciated by many fine artists, but I feel if it doesn't function, if the art doesn't function in that sense, even if
Hmm.
on a psychological level, it doesn't, you know, uh, serve any purpose in that sense. So I really appreciate, I really thank you for giving a very insightful thought and session. Really appreciate. Thank you very much. But I also have one thing
Sure.
to talk about,
Yeah.
or because I have been thinking about it for a long time. Because in fine arts, when we were taught, or when we were even we are teaching, we also talk about an area of creative process where wordless thinking happens.
Hmm.
And I feel that that is very interesting area in reference to AI, because as I don't
Hmm.
use many of AI tools consciously, but I feel uh, uh, that is something, because it is all dependent on the information, language-based information which is
Yes.
provided. So what will happen when a wordless thinking is explored, not by AI tool, but by mankind? Because I feel there is always some area which is human, and that you were talking about that transformative creativity
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
a thing. So that definition, three types of creativity, has put a new light or a new direction to what I was thinking about. So I really, really, really thank you for it.
I'm glad you're saying that, because I think I wanted to talk about fine art, which I did not do today too much. This was kind of the question, Damle sir, that was there in my head about how do I even recommend what to do when it comes to an art discipline which has nothing to do with any marketing objective. Applied art on one hand, we have a master to serve,
Yeah.
but in case of fine art, that is the expression of my existence here, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that is what I'm trying to do through my using my same artistic skills, but I'm doing it for
Yeah.
a different cause altogether.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is something that I would believe that artificial intelligence will never, okay, again conditions apply, but will never achieve, because there is no larger goal of
Ah,
talking about the existence,
yeah.
unless
Yeah.
unless in future there is a sufficiently self-aware artificial intelligence system which says that what it means to be machine, you know that
Yeah.
that can be an expression in fine art by a
Yeah.
system, but we won't perhaps even understand it, because
Correct.
we are not
Yeah.
machines, so therefore we would not
Yeah.
know what it is to be be a machine. But
But
thank you for your kind words.
yeah. But
Uh,
just to
yeah,
add, sir,
yeah.
I think it will be great if sometime later if we
Hmm.
can hear from you how
Sure.
AI looks at the concept of metaphor,
Hmm.
because it is very critical concept or critical subject in reference to fine as well as applied art.
Yes. Yes.
And I feel metaphor is something which is missing in the education generally. We talk about idea, but we
Hmm.
do not talk about metaphor.
Hmm.
So I think it will be great to hear from you about metaphor and AI and things like that sometime in future. I request
Sure.
Cat to do that or
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
some other platform.
No, I appreciate that. I think this is, I have made a note of this. This is something that is interesting enough for me to pursue. And I would also think about why it is not taught in applied art as well. It should be. And perhaps it is done, but not in a organized fashion, maybe. So that is something that we will have to see. But definitely I'll be very happy to do that in future. Thank you very much.
Sir,
Yes.
Neelam here.
Hello.
Sir, good evening. I would like to ask you one thing. Have you ever tried making posters using AI or any product campaign using AI just for
Experiment.
as an experiment?
Experiment. I haven't done it personally. I've seen it being done by people, and I have seen that the entire poster or entire creative is never made using AI. I have always seen people take a portion of it, say illustration, for instance, or typographic style, or overall presentation of something. But it always starts with a human being's initiation about what should the poster say. I'm yet to come across a creation from artificial intelligence which has a great, communication value. I haven't seen it. I will ask around, but
Okay.
I have always seen visual devices being created with artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And just to add to that, I was recently talking with speaking with Prashant Godbole, who's my boss, ex-boss from Rediffusion YNR, and he's a great photographer, as you may know. Prashant was telling me that if you use artificial intelligence to arrive at the same kind of imagery that you would do through photography, he said that finally for high resolution you spend exactly the same amount of money and time doing that, because if you professionally give prompts, the amount of prompting that you have to do, amount of re-engineering, retrying that you have to do, you end up spending the same kind of energy and therefore money that you would do otherwise mounting a shoot.
Mm.
so so I don't know whether it's a kind of balanced equation, as he was
Right.
talking about from his experience. So he has definitely done it. I haven't done it personally.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Hi, Saurabh.
Hello.
There is a question I see in the chat box. Any tool how can we make organizational development adaptive of art and design in combination of AI?
I think this one question I would defer it to the last session that we have, right, Aditi?
Yes.
Uh, that's a more appropriate session where the tools will be introduced to you. The reason that I am not talking about it is my because I don't do it day in and day out. I may give you information which may be out of date. So it is better to wait for the fifth session where you will be told about the tools that are currently being used and the possibilities that exist therein. But as I see from the question, it is also to do with organizational development. So that is something which goes beyond the scope of design education, but it definitely there are definitely processes that will help you do that. But I think I'll just humbly put it to the last session which is coming up, if that is okay. Thank you.
Hello, Saurabh sir.
Yes.
Hello, Saurabh sir. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Sir, this is Amol Sule.
Hi, Aman.
And thank you for this brilliant session, sir. Actually, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Actually, I love your statement that actually we lost our mental capability. And the thing is, actually, AI, when AI gives us options, AI don't show us what is right. AI just asks us, what do you think is right?
Right.
Right. So this is really a good, what I can say, a breakthrough for me. And I have two questions, sir. One is actually uh, which I'm facing, like in our regular professional life, how to convince normal people or client that there is a difference between original artist and AI. This is the thing, and I feel. Yeah, but whatever I feel, AI is, but maybe somewhere I'm wrong. You can correct me, please. AI is, I think, somewhere it is a sophisticated compositing tool. So, what the AI did exactly? They just gather information from net, and AI gives us
Correct.
two or three options, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the early ages, actually, exactly same we did for last few years with the Google also. Yeah. So we generate our idea, or to generate our idea, we just gather information from Google or any other search software, images also, and we think and we create our idea from that.
Yeah.
So my first question was that how to convince normal people or client original artist and AI is different from original artist is different from AI, or original artist creation is different from AI creators. And the
Right.
second one is if we did the same thing, then what is the difference between us and AI in this?
Okay. Okay, both are
Thank you.
interesting questions. So I'll take the first one first. How to convince them? So I generally the way I scare my clients is to say that if I sit with you on an artificial intelligence system and give prompts and everything, you will come up with the same kind of output that somebody else sitting somewhere will be doing. It because the systems are right now not individualistic. Right now, if you give same kind of prompt, you get same kind of imagery. And it depends essentially about which model you are using, and that will be the only variation. So I say that how well do you ask the question? So I'll give you another take. Okay, there was one. I think it was a post or somebody said this, that there was a dialogue between a client and an agency guy. एंड क्लाइंट बोलता है कि तेरा अभी जरूरत नहीं है, एआई अभी आ गया है, अभी तेरा कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. सो द एजेंसी गाय इज कूल. एजेंसी गाय से हाँ नहीं ऐसा नहीं है, बिकॉज यू विल हैव टू एग्जैक्टली से व्हाट यू वांट टू द एआई. So that is also the
Right.
reality today that our clients don't know what they want. The first they ask a question, when you provide the answer, then they realize, oh, I actually should have a better question, not the one that I asked right now. So
Yeah, sir,
this
sir.
is the,
Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt
sure,
you,
sure.
sir. In this manner, no, actually, I have some subscription. So actually, I work for a film industry as a storyboard artist for many years
Okay,
right now.
okay.
So I work on so many films. So
Okay.
now the situation is mostly the direction team or ADs, they are giving prompt to the AI and they are creating a frames for the shoot, or they
Right.
are creating
Right.
yeah. So, and of course they are not 100% as per the director's requirement, but
Yeah.
they are like okay, they are like a 60% or 70% we are matching, then it's okay, chalega set pe dekh lenge kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So these kind of process or these kind of habits are really scary. And are they really going to replace the storyboard artist, or are they really going to replace our skills?
See, I would say that we are going through a transition time also. If you see the possibilities that are presented to us by AI companies, that's their advertising campaign. We are forgetting that. They're trying to sell you. This is like selling drugs, frankly. It's like, you will get into a habit of giving prompts and therefore you will not have a human discussion with someone. So, for pre-visualization, maybe the tool is right, but you know that whatever comes out as storyboards which are done with AI, that kind of lighting you can never match. This is not what I am saying. This is something some DOP was talking to me about. He's saying that the kind of mix and match that artificial intelligence systems do, that is not realistic at all. So it is not possible to even shoot something which comes as a storyboard which is finished. So I think somewhere people are missing the point of how AI should be used. So, on one level, I believe that every client deserves the output that he gets. And it is up to you to convince the client, of course, but how much can you convince? They need to be told that same amount of rigor is required, and you need somebody like me in order to get it across. You need a design person. So I think that is something that is will change case by case. So I can't give one response to what will work in every situation. But I hope that there will be a day where people will realize the sameness that is being achieved with current tools without really spending time, the way Prashant says, on something. And they will come
Hmm.
back to a human centric approach to creativity, assisted by artificial intelligence, but not taken by artificial intelligence. Nilima,
Okay.
you have some question? I think you raised.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, sorry.
Sorry.
You have not answered my second question.
Second question. Sorry, sorry. The second
Yeah,
question
yeah.
was
Thank you
about.
so much, sir.
Second question was about.
Yeah, it is about then. Matlab, if we did same thing with the
Okay,
Google
okay,
for so many
okay.
years, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I thought
What is the
about
difference
this.
between
See,
AI and us?
AI is also augmenting from everywhere, collecting from various sources, and it has the entire web open for it. What we do is also combination creativity. We also put things together. We also Google, as you said, or we also look at references. We also look at how people had done it. We are also doing the same kind of process. What is different between what I do and what a machine does as of right now is the right kind of. I have an overall goal of being different than others. I have an overall goal of excelling in my art. I have an overall goal of retaining the business from the same client. I have a goal of understanding his business, right? So
Hmm.
all that, my output, maybe what AI gives, maybe the first one that I reject and do something else, you know. So that
Right.
is a judgment that I'm using. That's the human judgment that I have. Apart from that, if you say that how many Google references you see, I would give more marks to AI system. But because of the
Hmm.
lack of overall goal of achieving uh, differentiating creative output, we still would have our own way of working. So that is a difference, but otherwise they have learned from us only, right? AI systems have learned from human beings how we do things. That's why when Meta AI or WhatsApp asks me, try something, find something, I said, no, I'm not going to teach you. So that's what I say. So that's my
Thank you,
answer.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, yes. Please ask your question. Sorry about that.
Hello, may I?
Yeah, please, please.
Okay, okay, somebody's asking.
Oh,
Uh,
okay,
so my question was a bit simple. When
okay.
we spoke about limitations in design education,
Hmm.
at one point you said, it is not able to give judgment. But as much limited use I am doing with Chat GPT and AI, other tools,
Hmm.
they are able to give judgment.
No,
They
definitely.
they
Definitely.
give you suggestions,
Sure.
and in the end of the suggestions, they summarize that from my perspective, I think you can go ahead with this.
Sure.
So
So
that
it is
was something I
assisting.
didn't get clarity. Yeah,
I
thank
understand. I understand. That's why I said that whatever I'm saying right now comes with the conditions apply. But what I wanted to really say about judgment is that definitive judgment is not passed by AI system until you interact enough with that system. So at first go, it will not give you an answer. So if my client comes to me and asks a question, perhaps in the first go itself, I'll solve all these upcoming questions from the client because I know the client, I know the business, I know what the categories, etc. So I'm not saying no
Now
categorically.
I understood the perspective. I also
Ah.
advocate the same thing, but I
Yes,
just have this question in my mind. Though I
I
knew,
I
of course,
appreciate
we are
that.
not going wrong anywhere.
No, no, you are
Thanks a
very
lot.
observant. That's the right. But that is what I wanted to say
Yeah,
essentially.
thank you so much.
Thanks. Sorry, I'm going back to Nilima. I think she had a
Yeah.
question.
Hi, Saurabh. Good evening.
Yes, hello.
I have very small question to you.
Sure.
What difference does AI makes
Hmm.
when it comes to principles of communication?
Okay. Can you expand a little on principles of communication? If
Yeah,
you can give one example.
right now. Yeah,
No,
when
no,
it
no. As
comes
in a
overall.
principle, so we
Yeah,
can talk
on a
about it.
broader, wider range.
Okay. So it's like this. Think about artificial intelligence system as something that is driven by numbers, right? Driven by yes and no answers, driven by a specific method of solving a problem. So if I train an artificial intelligence system with all the principles that I can know about communication, for instance, like you should be doing this, you should be doing that. When it comes to socially responsible advertising, this is what you are supposed to say, this is what you are not supposed to say. And I give prompts which are say 1,000 lines of what should be done and 1,000 lines of what should not be done. I think the output will be good coming from AI, but it will need the training and something called reinforcement learning also, which needs to be done on the AI side itself. There is supervised learning, which is what I just said. So there are say 20 principles of design and 20 principles of what should be done in corporate communication, and that is something which is like a supervised learning that I'm giving the system. There is unsupervised learning also, which happens that the system will go online based on the parameters that you are given the system. System itself will learn more and more things and come back with its own set of rules and then give you output. And now that output isn't that the same as say a good student will do tomorrow. The student will learn from you principles of design, but going forward he will try to push the boundary, which is the first type of creativity, to say that okay, I've seen more and therefore this is my output and it will be good. What it starts from is your initial set of instructions that you give. So I'm kind of equating how you train artificial intelligence system with how you train a designer. It's the same.
Okay.
So in both cases, reinforcement learning, deep learning, unsupervised learning happens, and let it happen.
Yeah, Saurabh, there is a question in the chat.
Yes, yes. Uh, Ambedkar ma'am, that's the question you're talking about.
Yes.
In this AI era, how students should prepare themselves, or as a faculty, what is my role? So first of all, let us talk about processing speed, and let's be a little honest about this. Our processing speed is much slower than our students. Okay, so I think they are much more in touch with technology. They're much more conversant with how things are moving. We are the ones who hold the experience. Some people don't like that when I say it like this, but we hold the experience and of having done all the mistakes that possibly can be done. Now, we come with a filter of what's right and what's wrong. If you see the inclusions that I had, there was the last one which was ethics as well. So now those are the filters that we bring to the discussion. but never ever try to compete with your students in terms of technical knowledge. There is no point. Because what I know today, and that's why perhaps one of the questions I kind of humbly defer to the last presenter, because last presenter is younger than me and he has better experience with tools of the trade. So I think the student, what students should do is try to use everything that is possible within AI system to know, because that's what the client is going to do. That's what the end recipient of your communication efforts is going to already do before coming to you. Today, I speak with doctors in hospitals, and they tell me that people Google what they should be given as a medicine, and then come to me and talk to me, which is ridiculous, because there should be some amount of belief in the professional that you are going to, because the professional knows so many other things. His learning has been a very hard reinforcement learning, and you should know that. So perhaps this is also something that you can teach the students, to say that never ever take it. So okay, I'll give you a parallel, not really about art education, but somebody has said that Wikipedia is the beginning of your knowledge, not the end of it. Or I think it is Wikipedia is the beginning of the search of knowledge and not the end of it. So that's what you should tell the students to do. Try it out, but don't ever think that that is the last answer that you will have. And first, never be satisfied with the first thing that you get, because this is what is happening today in the very fast-paced world. I'm not willing to do experimentation. I should be. And ChatGPT is giving me four options. I am selecting one and going ahead, which is horrible. Perhaps that is the restraint that we should teach our students. So our role is still the guide's role. And I think we should do our best to not get bogged down in technical details ever. Yes.
Sir, Neelam again.
Yes.
Animation industry is using AI
Yeah.
in large, aspect.
Yes.
So we can see Mahabharat has come up. AI has generated new series of Mahabharat. So what is your comment on that?
Right now, the statement that you just made, which is AI has come up with another show, itself is half truth, right? I mean, there have been, I'm sure, human beings involved in creation of the show, but largely supported by what AI has done. Am I right? I don't know all the details about it, but is it
Yes, sir.
that way? Okay. So see, animation industry also, from earlier days also, in betweens were done by automated systems, right? So automation has always been part of it, but not to this level where your decisions and character designs and everything is given over, the control is given over, the agency is given to that agentic AI. I think the trend is good as advertising for the AI companies. Please be aware of what is ad or what is experimentation and what is the real application of it. You have shown me one show that the AI has come up with. Show me 10 and then top 10, and then I will believe it.
Okay.
Because the reason is, I'll give you one example. आता मराठीत बोलू का थोडंसं, चालेल?
हो सर.
ओके.
हो.
दिवाळी अंक यू ऑल गेट. आता बरेच दिवाळी अंक असतात. तर एका मित्राने मला एक लिंक पाठवली ऑफ, आय फॉरगेट द नेम ऑफ दॅट दिवाळी अंक, विच वॉज एंटायरली डन विथ AI. Okay, so now I went to the site and I saw some of the articles, आणि कविता होत्या, लेख होते, आणि कोणतेही मला इम्प्रेसिव्ह वाटलं नाही पहिली गोष्ट. आणि मी म्हटलं, असं काय चांगलं लिहिलंय जे काय लिहिलंय ते. मग नंतर मी असंही बघितलं की तिची अनुक्रमणिका होती, की कोणते लेख घ्यायचे तेही चॅट जीपीटीने ठरवलेलं होतं. सो दिस एंटायर क्रिएशन वॉज मेड विथ AI. हू हॅज प्रूव्हन व्हॉट मला अजिबातच कळलं नाही. म्हणजे ते जे संपादक मंडळ म्हणून जे काय होतं, ते त्यांचं नव्हतंच, त्यांनी काय जे केलेलं होतं ते. सो मी म्हटलं की आपण एखादा लेख वाचतो किंवा एखादी कविता वाचतो आणि आपण दाद कोणाला देतो? त्या कवीला दाद देतो, त्या लेखकाला दाद देतो, कारण लेखकाचा स्वतःचा आयुष्याचा अनुभव, कवीचं स्वतःचं आयुष्याबद्दलचं वक्तव्य, हे बघून आपण त्याच्यामध्ये असं म्हणतो ना, की अरे काय बोललाय, काय लिहिलंय. हे आपण बोलतो आणि ही आपली दाद असते. मी चॅट जीपीटीला कसली दाद देऊ डोमलाची? तर चॅट जीपीटी आणि त्याच्यानंतर तो जेमिनी आणि जेमिनाय आणि सगळ्यांनी एकत्र येऊन केलेला दिवाळी अंक वाचून मी काय करू? म्हणजे मला कळायला तयार नाही की माझ्यातला रसिक असा शांत का बसलाय. मी वाचून सुद्धा मला असं नाही की वाईट होतं, लेख चांगले होते, कविता पण चांगल्या होत्या, पण मला कौतुक कशाचंही वाटलं नाही, कारण त्याच्यामध्ये कोणत्याही मनुष्याचा कोणत्याही पद्धतीचा अनुभवच नव्हता त्याच्यामध्ये. त्याच्यामध्ये तो ओलावाच नव्हता. मग काय फायदा ते सगळं बघून? सो आता तरी सुद्धा त्यांनी तो प्रसिद्ध केला अंक. दे स्टील पब्लिश दॅट. नाव यू टेल मी वाय? Because they wanted to say that we can do this. They wanted to show themselves as people who are have the capability of getting it done. सो एक्सपेरिमेंट म्हणून केलेल्या गोष्टी, एक वार केलेल्या गोष्टी काहीच प्रॉब्लेम नाही. तुम्ही ना 10 वेळा करून दाखवा आणि 10वी गोष्ट हिट झाली पाहिजे. मग मी मान्य करेन की आता आपलं सगळं फिल्म इंडस्ट्री, जसं मांजरेकर सर म्हणतात तसं बंद करूया आणि आता आपण सगळे यांच्या हातात देऊया. सो इट्स नॉट दॅट सिम्पल. इट विल बी मिक्स्ड. मोस्ट प्रॉबेबली इट विल बी अ बेटर सेकंड असिस्टंट डिरेक्टर. त्याच्या पलीकडे एआय काही असेल असं मला वाटत नाही. म्हणजे इन द लॉंगर रन. आता ते कदाचित तसंच प्रोजेक्ट करणार की सगळं बघा कसं एआयने केलेलं आहे. सो हे ऍडव्हर्टायझिंग कॅम्पेन आहे. आम्ही पण केलं असतं जर समजा ओपन एआय माझा क्लायंट असता तर. सो तसं आहे ते. इट्स अ पी आर कॅम्पेन.
Thank you, sir.
थँक्स.
Sir, this is Naina Mhatre.
येस येस.
I am heading the fashion and textile department.
ओके.
As we are talking about AI being a boon or a threat to the design industry, our industry is facing that threat at this point in time.
ओके.
As in, we see a lot of work happening in fashion via AI, or a lot of brands and designers are also turning to it. But I feel that when it comes to the artisans, they are also facing this threat unknowingly, because
Yeah.
whatever they are doing by their hand, AI can produce it with its technology. So, how do we perceive it? Like, at one point, I'm teaching my students also, but at the same time, it seems to be a bigger threat to our industry, is
Sure.
what I
Sure.
come to understand.
I have two perspectives on it. One is to do with the difference between the work that artisans put in and artists put in, or the
Hmm.
designers put in, which is in a way, traditionally it has been that division where somebody comes up with the design, the other people follow it and do it very well. That doing it well, that's what artisans are all about, and that's the skill that they hone. Now, they are unfortunately the first ones to be affected by that, because the execution gets affected before conceptualization gets affected. Because
Right.
you as a designer will still survive, because you have to come up with something which is differentiated. But artisans' life is definitely going to get affected in the longer run. So that is definitely one thing. Sorry, I forgot the other one that I was talking about. But basically, you were talking about it as being a threat, right?
Yeah, I find it more of a threat,
Uh,
because, see, we come from a country wherein all the states have their own individual arts, and
right.
artisans are definitely earning on their skills.
Hmm.
So this seems to be a threat which they are not at all aware about. Like, we are educated, they are
Yeah.
still not
Yeah.
aware about all those
It'll hit them.
changes,
Yeah.
advances happening in the industry.
Yeah. Sorry,
So how?
I was reminded of the second one also now because
Yeah.
so the second one is there has to be a passage of time before human made things become premium again. Uh,
Okay.
so this is something which I see as a continuation that has happened across many industries. Even I'll give you graphic design itself. When Macintosh came in and it started, helping the designers come up with certain kind of layouts, there was a time when everything got, Mac layoutized, as
Hmm.
our seniors used to call it, and they
Hmm.
said that तू मुझे Mac layout मत दिखा, which essentially meant that it was all organized layout. Much
Right.
like if you go to Dali or anywhere, you get
Mm.
backlit, people with backlight and
Right.
all that. Why? I mean, not every single photograph needs to look similar, right? So
Right.
was a point in our Mac time also, that they started appreciating people who take the Mac layout and then change it, because they wanted
Right.
my intervention into it and not just what Apple computers have decided to do. So templatization will eventually lead to specialization as well, or human the premium ness. But I don't think in the shorter term it is going to happen. It's going to hit very badly. Let us equate this with the same thing that the Luddite movement was all about, right? So
Mhm.
but there had to be a time before, and this is something that I did not put in my slides, but I wanted to. Thanks to your question, I can talk about this. When the handlooms got transformed into machines,
Yeah.
the rate of progress was enough for the people to learn new skills.
Right.
And right now the problem
Industrial
is,
revolution you're talking about.
sorry.
Industrial revolution you're
Industrial
talking about.
Revolution,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So Industrial Revolution was quick from those days standard, but it was not
Mm.
so fast that people could not learn the new skills. For
Mhm.
instance, our cutting pasting artists that I spoke about. Now, those were wiped out in no time in ad
Mm.
agencies.
Mm.
But some of them learned DTP softwares and again became important in the entire mix. So there was a
Mhm.
time for that, and that time was kind of human. Now the
Right.
problem is ChatGPT has started in what 2016 was the paper which was about transformer architecture, and today it has gone everywhere. So the pace of development in every industry, the disruption is too fast for people to pick up new skills or new jobs or new ways of looking at things. This particular seminar that we are attending right now is at least talking about that,
Mhm.
but we are very late, I would say, and we are very early compared to other institutions. But my point is that it is inhuman. This space is too much. So there will be some shakedown before it can come down to a kind of equilibrium, where again your human made things are going to be important, but not before the shakedown, not before disrupting many lives. And that's the reality that I see. You made a point which I wanted to bring about anyway, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
But
Thank
that's
you.
the
Thank you very much, sir.
sad reality of the of the day.
It's very sad, and at this point in time, I feel helpless.
Yes.
Like recently, we had a chance to talk to certain weavers,
Mhm.
and I was so like I was feeling very bad because I couldn't talk to them about this transition, which
Mm.
will affect them very badly.
True.
So yeah, sometimes transitions are not that good.
No, they're not. I hope we get on to the other side intact. But even I am worried about what to tell my kids to do. What education should they pursue? Those are the kind of questions that we are all faced with personally as well. Apart from we being educators,
Right.
those responsible answers that our parents could give us, they are absent now. I don't know what to say. I say figure it out. I mean, this is your time. You know exactly what's happening outside. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I wish.
So
Fingers
just last one question more because
Yes.
we are at the end of the session. So one last question from any.
Sure.
Yeah.
There is one which is about how to reskill the teachers. But I would say that the question itself answers it. We need reskilling. And but we should not compete too hard with the students. It should be about judgmental. The power to judge is what we should hold.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't see any
Hello.
more questions, but you can look at it.
Hello.
There is a question in the chat box, sir.
Yes,
This will be the last one.
sure.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
It has येस सर.
कॅन आय स्पीक मराठी?
हो प्लीज बोला ना.
हा, नमस्कार सर.
सॉरी, एकच मिनिट.
खूप छान सेशन झालं आपलं.
एक मिनिट. विवेक, तो जो प्रश्न होता ना शेवटचा, हाऊ कॅन वी अपग्रेड अस, इट्स द सेम काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन विच इज अबाउट रिस्किलिंग अँड द आन्सर इज व्हेरी ऑब्वियस.
येस.
हा सर, बोला.
हा, नमस्कार सर. मी कोल्हापूरमधून बोलतोय.
अच्छा.
विवेकानंद कॉलेज ग्राफिक डिझाईन डिपार्टमेंटला आहे.
अच्छा.
खूप छान माहिती दिली आपण. तर माझा प्रश्न असा होता की AI साठी सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं असं ते प्रॉम्प्टिंग आहे. आणि प्रॉम्प्टिंग जर करेक्ट करायचं असेल तर आपलं लँग्वेज नॉलेज जे आहे, भाषाची माहिती असणं, परफेक्ट काय आपल्याला सांगायचं आहे त्या आर्टिस्टला येणं गरजेचं आहे. आणि त्यामध्ये तो आर्टिस्ट कमी पडतोय माझ्या माहितीप्रमाणे. आणि त्यामुळे आपल्याला जे माहिती असतं, आपल्याला व्हिज्युअल आपल्या डोक्यात असतं, पण ते सांगता येत नाही. आणि त्यामुळे AI मधून जे आउटपुट मिळायला पाहिजे ऍक्च्युली, तो मिळू शकत नाही किंवा वेगळाच मिळतो. म्हणजे मुलांचा असू दे किंवा आपलंही असू दे, असं नाही शकत. त्यामुळे नॉलेज ऑफ लँग्वेज जे आहे ते वाढवायला पाहिजे असं मला वाटतं. म्हणजे इंग्लिश मधलं असू दे किंवा इतरही भाषेमधलं
नाही,
असू दे.
नक्कीच. म्हणजे ते इंग्लिशच आहे शेवटी. पण कसं आहे ना, प्रॉम्प्ट इंजिनिअरिंग हा जो प्रकार आहे, तर आता एक कोर्सेरावर एक कोर्स आहे, ऍडव्हान्स प्रॉम्प्ट इंजिनिअरिंग फॉर ऑल, अशा नावाचा तो एक कोर्स आहे. तो मला वाटतं आपल्या शिक्षकांना किंवा इव्हन विद्यार्थ्यांनी पण करावा असं माझं मत आहे. कारण काय ना, की एखाद्या मशीनशी कसं बोलावं, त्याच्यासाठी काय वापरावं, ती ह्युमन, म्हणजे त्यांची तेवढी तयारी नाही झालेली मशीनची की ती आपल्यासारखं बोलतील. आपण असं उलट म्हणूया जरा. म्हणजे आपण हे म्हणतो ना की मला अजून शिकायचं कसं बोलायचं मशीनशी. नाही, मशीनला अजून अक्कल नाही आलेली की आपण जेव्हा मनुष्य प्राणी बोलतात तेव्हा त्यांचं समजून कसं घ्यायचं एवढी अक्कल त्या मशीनला आलेली नाहीये. सो थोडासा एक वेळ जाऊ द्यावा. मला वाटतं आत्तापर्यंत तरी आपण थोडंसं त्याच्या समजुतीने घेऊया मशीनच्या, आणि ऍडव्हान्स इंजिनिअरिंगचे कोर्सेस असतात ते करूया. कारण दुसरा तरणोपाय नाही त्याला. म्हणजे आपण असं म्हटलं की नाही, माझीच मी लँग्वेज जर बदलली, इट्स नॉट अबाउट लँग्वेज. तुमची म्हणजे काय म्हणतात त्याला, भाषा संपत्ती वाढून काहीही होणार नाहीये. कारण त्या मशीनचीच भाषा संपत्ती कमी आहे. त्याच्यामुळे त्या मशीनची भाषा काय आहे ती जर समजून घेतली तर त्या कोर्समधनं मिळेल असं मला वाटतं. मी स्वतः केलेला नाही कोर्स तो, पण मी अनेकांना सांगितलं, त्यांना खूप फायदा झालेला आहे त्याचा. सो तो करावा असं मला वाटतं.
नक्कीच. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
So before giving a thanks to Saurabh sir, we would like to ask Arvind sir, our director, architect Arvind Mamane sir, to say a few words. Arvind sir, are you there?
Hey, I'm there. Yeah, what nonsense! Yes. What questions you're asking me? Yeah, such a long time. I'm tired of it now. Dr. Titliwar can give answer to such questions. I'm not Einstein. No, it's on a lighter side. Saurabh, it's so delighted to hear you here. Every time I hear you, I think it's a new experience for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
My Mendu has gone for a toss. Let me tell you that. Absolutely, I don't know about the intelligence mine is far gone behind. But let me it stimulated so many things in the minds of the people, including me. It was really thoroughly enjoyable session. I really enjoyed it. I did not move for 1.5 or maybe 2 hours now. Yes. So I thoroughly enjoyed it and always delighted to hear you. It's so
Thank you very much.
So I really enjoy. I can't express in my words, but anyway, all my faculty members from different streams, they were here. So it's really amazing, that how you created and bonded together each one of them, and would like to hear you again and again, Saurabh. It's really great. Thank you so
It's
much.
a privilege to be
being
called
with us.
again. I'll be available anytime you want.
Thank you so much for being with us. It's lovely.
Thank you
so much, everyone.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for your.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Yes. So
Thank
before
you, CAC.
yes, so before thanking Saurabh, there are some instruction we just want to give for upcoming sessions. So humble request to each and every participant, when you are getting login in the meeting now, please rename yourself with your full name so we can understand who are there. Because if you are logging with your phone now, so your phone name is coming. So please rename while entering in the this session. The second instructions, every day we are taking your attendance. So it's mandatory to attend all the sessions. Then only you will get the certificate for this course, obviously. And there is another one. After end of every session, we are giving a feedback form. So each and everyone has to submit that, and that also be considered for your attendance. So these are the basic instructions we want to give you. So again, now the thank you. So thank you, Saurabh sir, for giving such a wonderful insight about the AI and what's happening in the industry. You have taken us the journey from the history of the AI and now what's the it's developing since 2012 very rigorously. Even you have given the what can AI will achieve, and even that in what part we have to, as a faculty, we have to concentrate about the understanding, judgment, common sense, and a macro goals in field of AI. So that was a really wonderful. Even you have guided us key what role should the faculty should have. They always should be a guide and don't afraid to using the technology or AI in their academics. So that was really insightful. I know that even in a question answer, you have given us such a valuable, good answer, and you have cleared all the doubts of our creative faculty. So thanks for that. And obviously, I know that now we are in a transition period. The AI and the human intelligence are definitely going to coexist in the future. Like now, all the machineries and all laser cuttings, even the computers are coexisting.